Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we hadn't yet bought all the furniture in the house when I started RVB there. We did paint it green though one day for some
What was
reason.
the first purchase? So say you already had an Xbox. Did you bring over each other's Xboxes? Did you actually go out and buy them?
We had to start Red versus Blue. I had to buy an extra controller, and instead of borrowing Gus's copy of Halo, I just bought another copy of Halo. So our production budget to start Red versus Blue was $110.
Was that for episode 1 or was that like episode 3 or 4?
That was like 3 or 4, yeah.
Nice.
So as far as like budget to like the box office or whatever you want to call Red vs. Blue, like the revenue from the show, it's got to be like one of the heaviest hitters.
That's
ever.
a great ratio.
Yeah, it's like $100 to a show that's lasted now for going into its 14th season.
I heard Rodriguez is trying to shoot something like a feature on like a $5,000 budget or something.
Really?
Yeah,
Isn't that what he
Back to
did
his
when he
old,
started up?
back to his roots.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, he's like calling in favors from like professional dudes that are in the industry, but still, it's like he's like,
It's a
nah,
fine.
Yeah.
His new budget. One thing
what
is
the
though, he
most-
can call people like like anybody I know would be in Robert Rodriguez's $7,000 feature, right? It's like
Yep.
he'll be able to get like the people he usually puts in his movie. Like Wilmer Valderrama, well, I'm sure we'll just go, yeah, sure, I'll come do your $7,000 movie. What the fuck? Hey, careful.
I was
Oh, there's
watching
Jeff.
that.
What? Yeah, so that is our second setup.
What have you got on there? Amiibos? What is that on the top of that?
Oh no, there's Home Store Runner figurines.
They do
okay.
look like amiibos.
And somebody painted a Joyride Master Chief photo. Look how like the weight of that desk is like, oh, the monitors are leaning in
Bowing the desk.
because there's those big CRTs on top of
Also,
two massive Xboxes.
Look at those wires.
Yeah, they were wired controllers
Jeez.
back then, so we had to like.
Name it.
And what Jeff is crying about there is we would like pick up the controllers and then set them down. But after doing that for a course of a day, you wouldn't set them back down in the same orientation, so you'd be
Right.
like winding them up. You had this big rat's nest like right in the middle of it.
Also, setting controllers down, deadly.
Awful.
You've got to be so careful you don't put it on the left trigger because a grenade will end up in the middle of your
Jason was
shot.
the worst of that.
I was pretty bad
He
about
would
it too.
chuck grenades all the time.
Oh,
that's
this is
a
the
good
new
setup.
machinima room.
Look at it.
Oh yeah, that's the new machinima. So
It-
pretty. That's like walls of flat panel
Is that for
monitors.
show or is every screen an actual used?
Also, I think that's
Everyone
before.
shoots they're doing stuff on PC.
That's before they had it finally set up, I believe, because the computers aren't in there yet.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That looks cooler than the set of the Matrix.
Really?
Yeah, and then everything was so different back then because we had to do that. So that all that was definitely pre-YouTube. So we would have to take our own file and code it 6 different ways. High res and low res for QuickTime, high res and low res for WMV, and high res and low res for DivX. And then post them. And we had to host them all ourselves.
And sometimes BitTorrent.
Yep. Speaking of hosting things yourself, this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by Squarespace. When we were starting Red vs. Blue, the biggest problem we had was when we had a viral hit, like the episodes of Red vs. Blue, and they just took off. There was this idea that if you had a big hit, that the ad truck was just going to show up at your back door and just start dumping money on you. But it was the exact opposite. We had to pay for everyone to be downloading all of these things, and there was no there was no video ad environment. Like there was no YouTube, so there were no pre-roll ads. Those things didn't exist. So we had to start doing,
Wow.
yeah. So we had to start supporting our business with T-shirts and subscriptions. That was the first thing that we did in the sponsorship model. And I can guarantee we would not have been able to do those things if we hadn't been on our own.com site. It just wouldn't. This wouldn't be the same Rooster Teeth it is today if not for those things. And so with Squarespace, you can do that same kind of thing with sites that look professionally designed, regardless of your skill level. There's no coding required. They offer intuitive and easy to use tools to help you along the way, and you get a free domain name if you sign up for a year. Start your free trial site today at squarespace.com/roosterteeth. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code roosterteeth. That's roosterteeth to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace.